Hi, I am Lisa Young from Lisa Young Art. I am a avid journal writer. I love to write in my journal, and I have established a practice where I do this at least once a week, where I write in my journal. I express myself through art and writing. I don't just write in my journals. Sometimes I do stickers, sometimes I do clip art. I give myself a lot of fodder for writing and for decorating my journals. We're going to start a series where we talk about the basics of journal writing and how to set you up for success in your journal writing practice. Today, we're going to start with the basic supplies. So we're going to talk today about the basic supplies. I'm going to talk you through some of my favorite journals, some of my favorite pens, and we're going to move forward from there. So let's get into it. Okay, so the first journal we're going to talk about, this is a sterling ink journal. And this is the 500 page, and it's pretty dang big. Like, I'm only halfway through this journal, and it's a big journal. I like to add all kinds of stuff to my journals, and so this one's pretty chunky. Like, I like to add even pockets, and here I've added pages from where my grandson had written me a bunch of little things, so I put that in here. I just have a ton of stuff in here, and so it makes it really big and bulky. If you are only writing in this journal, it will stay true to size. But one of the things that I feel like is important to me in a journal is that it lays flat. Well, you can see it's kind of thick, so I'll show you some not full ones, but I like them to lay flat. That's kind of important to me. I love the sterling ink paper. It's thin and it has a nice sound to it. It holds up to anything I put on it. So there's watercolors, there's markers on here, I have a little bit of everything, and this paper, see, markers, this paper holds up. It holds up to anything I can give it. And so I love this journal. So I'm going to show you another one of sterling ink. Okay, so here's the two other sizes you can get from them. This one, I think it is 60 pages, and I have like 4 of them in here. I like these because you could finish this in a month or 2, maybe even 3. I don't know, probably about 60 pages, I would say, is going to be like 3 months, depending on how much you write. It could be more. So I have a few of those in here. And then this is the 200 page one. I think this one's 200 pages, if I remember correctly. These journals, the only thing I don't like about these journals is they're not numbered, and they don't have like a title page. That's the only thing I don't love about them. But they do have this stay flat feature. Right now, this is in a book, this cover, so it makes it kind of bulky. I tend to pull these out whenever I write in them. I pull them out and write in them, but I put them in here to protect them because I can kind of beat them up. The other thing that I think is important to me is the grid lines. I like grids, dots or grid. I don't like lines. So for me personally, I tend to go to this. And so it's going to be up to your personal preference, but for me, I don't like lines. So I don't really like blank either. I like grid or dot grid, or just the line grid. I'm gonna move this one to the side, and we're going to talk about, okay, so I just pulled this journal over here just to explain. So this does not lay flat. I love these journals. These are the Fabriano, I think journals, journals, and I love them, but they do not lay flat. So journals that don't lay flat are not my favorite. Yeah. Okay, so that one. Another option is a accordion or concertina journal, where the pages go like this, because then you don't have a spine to contend with, and you can make these as thick and as full as you want to, and this just expands with what you do, and I love those. I have another one that has a spine on it. And when you open it, I don't know where it's at right now, but I would show you. And I love these and I love the concept of them, but putting a spine, so like, let me find it, hang on. Okay, here you go. This is the Fabriano Concertina journal. And you see how this, and then this is the journal inside, and then it just has this cover. And I think it's just to protect it a little bit, but I tend to like this one for certain reasons and love this one for certain reasons. So this one, when I'm just sketching and I'm not adding a lot of bulk to it, is great. But it also holds up. It's still, this spine has no effect on it because this can get really thick. Like, it can get really thick and it's not going to expand that spine and put pressure on it because it's not holding the book together like these are. So this spine is holding the book together. And so I like these for the reason that it kind of protects the paper, and I love it for sketching. And I love this one because of the paper in it is my favorite. I love I like anything Fabriano though. So just lovely, lovely book. But this, I went with this for our Europe trip just because I knew I wanted to add so many little things in here, and I was just concerned about it getting too thick. And so I went with this version, and I love the cover of it. I love everything about it. I'm so sorry, my dogs. Jeez, they just really love to bark. That corgi gets the golden riled up, and they rile each other up. Anyways, so Concertina, these are an option, and I like the size of this one, and I think this is the smallest in this Etcher series. But anyways, I love both of these and love working in that type of journal. So that is also an option. This one here, so if you're just gonna write and you're not going to, I get them quiet and they still bark. Sorry. Life with dogs. So this one is that lectern. No, this one, yes, it is that. But it's that German, I can't ever say it right. But this one, that right there, it's a German name. Love it. This is one that I had never used before, and the paper is thin. So I use it for just my personal, like work. It's my work one. And the reason I like this one too is because it has this pocket, so you could put ephemera or, because I wouldn't use this as a junk writing journal, but I would use it for writing journal. But then if you had little tokens, or if you were traveling and you had little things that you wanted to save, this is perfect because you could just stuff them in here and they would be right with the journal. So this one's not bad. It's just the way that I personally journal, it wouldn't work because I like to use watercolor and markers, and I like to glue things, and I like to make a mess in them. So, but I use this though. I love this journal, but just for different reasons. Another option, Moleskines. People have been using Moleskines for forever. These journals are nice. The paper's nice. I don't feel like it holds up to the watercoloring and stuff that I do real great, but I mean, there is still, the bleed through, you can see a little bit, but not enough that it really bugs me. And the thing that I love about these is that you can get a soft cover, and the spine expands, and that's so nice. Love that about these. I use this for my botanical studies. So I have a bunch of studies in here. So there's pictures and drawings and information and, just all the things. Like there's just a bunch of little things in here, and it holds up. I love this journal. It doesn't have dot grid, and it doesn't have numbers or a title page. So that's where this one, and this company, the Lictern or whatever, I don't have one right now with me that's other than this one. But this one, if you get the higher grade paper, I think It's, I'll leave a link, but it has the nice paper. I have an old one. Hold on. I keep doing that. Hold on one second. Okay, it's the Lictern 1917. That brand, that line has really thick paper, nice paper. I watercolor on it, I marker on it, I do all kinds of things, and it holds up. Lots of pictures. Here you can see and it doesn't crinkle or make a cool sound when you watercolor on it, but it's still fun. I still just love this journal. And so you do have to, the other thing is they offer pen loops, so you can buy pen loops to add to these, and so that you have them. I want to say they're about $5, $4 or $5, not too much, but these journals are a little pricier than the sterling ink, but really nice journals. Let's go to the next one that I have here. So Archer and Olive. I love Archer and Olive. The only thing I will say about Archer and Olive is no page numbers and no title page, if I'm remembering correctly. Yeah, see, no title page, no page numbers. But you can write page numbers in here, and you can leave some of these front ones blank and use them as a title page. And the reason I like a title page is, numbers and title pages, is when I'm going back and I'm looking for something in my journals, it's really nice to look at the cover page and say, oh, we were in Mexico, here, go to that page, and I can go to that page. So I really like that feature in journals, but it's not a deal breaker for me, obviously, because I love these journals. The paper is thick. It's so nice. It holds up to anything I give it. They do have a back pocket on these, just like the turn, whatever, however you say those. They come with a pen loop, which is so nice. It comes with a pen loop, and they always have, often on the, so each, I don't know, every quarter, I don't know how often they do it, they'll release a new journal cover, each of a line of different journal covers. So right now, this is probably sold out, the composition notebook, but there'll be equally beautiful journals that you can look at, that you can purchase from. And the other thing is to look at the size, what size do you like to use? Some people use those big 8x10 size, and they love them. So it just depends on what you like to use. And so pay attention to measurements and find your size. Sometimes they have the little ones that are nice too. But anyways, this Archer and Olive they're just beautiful. And I love these journals always have these little bookmarkers, so I can mark where I'm at. So so then this is another one that I've used this in the past, like a spiral with lined. It's not my favorite, but I do appreciate how some people need the lines. And so if you need the lines, this is just you could just go to Target and get a journal. I got this one at Target, and actually I do use this journal quite a bit. So if I'm writing something and I want to tear it out, I use this one. This is my second one, is how much I love these. So, and it has a soft cover. I really like it. And then this thing that kind of holds the pages closed, because when I put these in my journal bag, I just really like them to be I like having something like this there. Okay, so that's for journals. And you just have to decide what you like and what you want to do. A composition notebook would work. But you have, for me, you just need to love the notebook that you're working in. I have to love the notebook that I'm working in. I have to like the paper. I have to like the size. Everything has to be comfortable to you. And so you may need to do a little investigating to find out what you like. I just want to throw this out too. So this, just the Hobonichi journals, the Techno, this is a daily, so it's a planner. And I've seen some people use this as their journal, and it has the same Tomo River type paper, onion skinish, just a really fun, it gets crinkly and nice. But I do a little bit of daily journaling in this for, but not all the time. You can see, I'm some of this is just plain, like, some days I'm good and some days I'm not. So, like here you can see I filled it up with, but you know what I mean? So you could use this and use it as your journal and your planner if you wanted to, because you could do your, like, so you could do like what your appointments or what your schedule is, your to-do list, and then do journaling. So I've seen people do it in many different ways, but, so this one is an option. And there is a sterling ink in this size as well. I'm not good about knowing the sizes of everything, so I will leave a link to all these journals that we're talking about. But that's the planner option. There's many different planners, but I love this Hobonichi planner. It just works perfect for me because it has the months. I should have showed you that. So it has the months here, and I have these little tabs that I bought to mark. So that it has the months, then it has everything day by day. And I like having that option of the day by day. The next thing I want to talk about is a pen that you love. Something, and you could have a pencil, you could have whatever you want, but a pen that you love to write with. So these are the two that I use the most. The Tombow, this is the firmer tip. There's one that's more of a, this still can kind of be a brush, considered a brush tip, I think, but one is like more fluid and this one has a tighter ink on it whenever you're writing, and I like that. And then I like these Purple Willow 0.35. They have a fine tip and it makes it really nice. So you can see, I just like that. And because I can go through a ton of fine tips, these are inexpensive for a box of them, and so I always go with those. And microns, you could use it's just what you, or a ballpoint pen if you like that, but you just can't watercolor over the top of it. These I like because they're permanent and I can watercolor over the top of them. This one here has this tip that I just really, really like. I just think it's nice. So I primarily only use these two for my writing and stuff. And like I said, that way I can go back over things with watercolor or markers or like whatever. And sometimes the markers can mess with, the watercolor does not mess with this. But sometimes your markers can mess with this ink a little bit, but I tend to use watercolor more than I do markers over the top of my writing. So I still do use markers, but I just don't use them over the top of my writing. So this, like I have this pen pouch full of pens, and this is from Portland leather, and I like this because I always just put my favorite tools right here in the front pocket, and then I can just grab them without rifling through the pens to get to it. I love the pouch, but I love the pins. And that's what I would tell you to get, is like a little pouch that kind of holds all your tools, that way that it's not going to take a ton of space or space in your head is what I mean. Like, just that you grab your journal, grab that, you're good. Okay, and so this one has the markers, and I was going to talk about like the kinds that I have in here. There are 3 different kinds. So this one is by Right Tech, and it kind of has the same tip as that Micron does, and I mean the Tombow, and I love it. It's the brush tip, and this comes in so many colors, and I love it. And this one is, is this Pentel? I can't remember. It's not saying on it. I'll figure it out. It also has a brush tip, which I like. I don't use this one as much as I use this one. I love these. So I use these quite a lot, and they're only single, so there's only single tips on these, but these ones I love because they have both. But I don't use that as much as I use, and I do the brush tip on the midliner. It's the Zebra midliner brush tip, and it's this. Look at that. Oh, I love that thing. It gets the job done. Actually, it just gets the job done. I love these. So I have I did buy the other type, the other one that has like the chisel tip on it, but I didn't love it as much as I love these. So, and the thing that I like about these is that you can go over your writing. These I wouldn't, but this you can go over your writing after it's dried, and you can still see your writing really clear. Like it's like a highlighter. It's like in between a highlighter and a marker. And the reason I say grab some markers that you love is because it's nice to add color to your journals. It really helps you. It invites you in. If you are not this type of journaler, I get it. I completely get it. But if you are somebody that loves to see color and likes to see cutesy little things in if you're more whimsical, I would make sure that you have a good set of markers that you love and have on hand. I do not always have this with me. This one isn't the one that I carry with me all the time. When I'm writing, I usually just have this, and then whenever later when I'm adding got all messed up there. So if I'm pre-gaming, when I pre-game my journals, I use the colors. And after, so pre-gaming is whenever I'm adding color to my journals before I write in them. And we'll talk more of that soon, but pre-gaming is one that we're going to talk about. And I even have a video right now where I pre-game journal pages. It's a big deal because I love pre-gaming pages. It really makes a difference in my journal writing. But anyway, so probably in the beginning or in the end, but not while I'm writing. I don't have this one with me. This is the one that I carry with me all the time. Sometimes I get stumped when I go to my journal. So one of the biggest tools that I think that has helped me with my journal writing is fodder for thought. So getting little books with little quotes and thoughts in them, even like this one has quotes all the way through it that I kind of like too. So like I'll quote from this. And then this one is one that has like a daily. So whatever day it is, you go to that day and it has a thought, it has a quote, and it has some meditation and breathing techniques. I love this one. I use quite often. It just has a lot of, because it has a daily thing. So I just get on there and I read, and then I have like a fodder for thought. TED Talks, music, podcasts, the books you're reading, all of that will give you fodder. Give you fodder for writing. So things like that. But these are really, really nice for that. I'll just grab them and read one or two things, and then I'll start writing. It'll spark some thoughts. And I find it really helpful for just giving me the fodder to write. So this is my last tip of tools that I would kind of find. And a lot of us have this type of stuff in our house or on our Kindle. Like it's not anything that I say go out and buy, just like what you have that's similar to this that would work great for you. These are really, really, really help with the fodder for thought. Okay, I hope that was helpful. And like I said, I'm going to have more videos coming. I'm actually going to work on some today so that you'll know that they are coming. I was thinking that Sundays would be a good day to post this type of video because it's the days that I'm in my journals the most. So I write on Sundays, and so I tend to be in my journals mostly on Sunday. So I'll either post them on Sunday or Monday, just because that's when I'm in my journals writing and doing the things. And so I think it's a good time to film something for you. So anyways, I hope this helps get you started. The key thing that you need to walk away from this video with is find a journal that you love. Find a notebook or whatever that you love the paper, you love the size, you love the cover, all the things. Make sure you love it. And then the pen. Make sure you have a pen that works for you. You like the ink, you like how your handwriting looks with it. I've had pens that I hate my handwriting. It's a thing. And so get one that you love your handwriting. It like you and this pen work together to make this beautiful handwriting. Ish. Mine's not beautiful, but it works for me. I like the way it looks with those pens. The next thing is some color. Having color is very, very helpful just to draw you in to stickers and markers and those types of things are great. But when I started, I basically started with markers and pens just because that's what I liked. Like, it was simple. I could throw it in a little bag and I was ready to roll. So you don't need a ton of supplies to start out. We can go next level supplies and next level supplies, and we can just keep adding on. But basically, all you need is a pen, a notebook, and some color. The fodder for thought is where you're gonna need to branch out. So look up quotes, find little daily books, watch a TED Talk. Give yourself some fodder for thought. Even like after you watch a show, a TV show or a movie, and it's like making your head just like all these thoughts happening. Grab your journal and take it to the journal, and you will find that you will fill pages up so fast. All right, I'll see you in the next video.